I saw the homophobic uh, environment in Cuba at the time because I didn't live the 50s as a young person. I was very little. I was a child. But so in the 60s, I saw the comments, newspaper, on the radio, on TV, on Fidel, big speech uh, attacking gay people, people different, as they call, and people with mark from the capitalism from another country because he said that gay people were not, you know, from the communist time, was from the noble time, the capitalist time. So I was so confused, but I was so sure who I was, very young. I knew that I was gay, that I liked men, and said, no, I'm not going to change anything. So I had a problem with my father. So I finished school and I enrolled in a teacher's uh, once a teacher school that Fidel Castro opened up with Russian philosophy to teach people in the countryside. That was very good. So I was like 13 years old. I finished sixth grade, and the idea was to continue my education in those 5 years in the teaching school, and then I would go to teach in the countryside. So I went to Minas de Frio, that was in the mountain of Fidel, where Fidel Castro was with the rebels for 1 year. Um, then I remember I was very scary because when I was in school, they say, well, we don't want gay people, homosexual, they don't say what gay at the time, homosexuals in this career. So I had to hide. So I didn't have friends, I don't have anybody to communicate. But suddenly, um, the situation changed in 1960. I would say 1964 when I heard that it was a concentration camp for gay people. I was very young. I was 14 years old. So people had to be like 16 and over. So okay, another one, another good life. So, but I remember seeing those people in my neighborhood in Cuba, older than I that I knew or suspected were gay. And anyway, so I finished the teaching school, and after 5 years, and it was a cultural congress, and one of the first points was not gay person should be allowed to work with children. So I said, okay, now the situation started. So I was having like a very disorganized life at the time because I went to French classes, French school, and at the same time I was learning French and teaching French language. I went to uh, art school. I wanted to be an actor. So uh, at that time, only was a law. No gay people would be teaching, would be learn art. So this was, very ridiculous. So I said, well, I don't have a place to go. But thank God, my godmother. I was living in the countryside. I grew up in the countryside, in a small farm that my mother had, and so I went to the art school, the drama department, and I remember saying no because I was not hiding anything. Um, Cuban people are very smart. For a lot of people, they know, especially male, because male has to be macho. So you don't have to, you know, move uh, macho-oriented guy, so you are gay. So I went to the military service. What to say interview, and I remember I was 16 years old because you must go because of obligatory, mandatory. And they sent me to a room. It was a psychiatrist, a woman there, a doctor. And she said, okay, piece of paper and a crayon. I said, draw something here. So I remember I drew a woman with the with the hand and arms open like this. And she right away ran to another room and called one official. So I remember leaving that room, and the guy had the time to call all these young people of my age, 16, 17, outside, and they waiting for me. I was walking all those people that I knew from school, uh, laughing. It was like a circus, a Roman circus. Uh, so I walk out to the street and ignore all them. And I went to a friend of my house.
They were making fun of you?
Yes, it was a demonstration. I was so young. So I knew there was evil in that movement. I was